Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope you're doing well, hope you are staying healthy. I say that because right now there's like a quademic going on. Everybody and their mother getting sick, including me.
I don't think I feel well.
But that's okay, we're gonna go ahead and power through this video together. Thanks for hanging with me today. We are gonna be taking a look at a new Armaf Club de Nuit Intense fragrance. Yeah, probably the least talked about Club de Nuit release ever, I would say. Because basically any Club de Nuit fragrance that came out after Club de Nuit Intense Man was anticipated. You know, the type of fragrance that people would be talking about before it came out, the type of fragrance that would really get people interested in what it is, how good it is it worth owning, all that stuff. This one though, crickets. And I hadn't even been able to find this one until recently on JOMASHOP. I actually placed the order December 11th. And it showed up here over the past couple days. So yeah, it took a while. It's this one right here, Club de Nuit Intense Man UAE National Day Special Edition. Now, as I said, this one, not too many people talking about, not too many people excited about, and it makes sense why, because on its face, you can't even tell, is this just a repackaging of Club de Nuit Intense Man? Because if it is, then who really cares, right? But what if it's not? And that's what we're gonna talk about here today. How similar or different is it from the other Club de Nuit Intense Man fragrances, of which there are a bunch, and is it worth seeking out if you're a fan of CDNIM? Now, as I said, I bought mine from JOMASHOP. It took over a month to get here. The price that I paid was just under 35 bucks. I did look and see, and it looks like they have it priced at like 45 right now, so yeah. But I would assume, knock on wood, that this will show up at other discounters and that price will probably regulate. So I'll have this one linked down below in the description wherever I can find it. And before we head into the presentation, guys, here are some codes you can use to save money across different websites, including codes for JOMASHOP, which only work within the JOMASHOP app. And I actually did use one of those codes when I placed the order for this one, along with a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, there's also codes for Fragflex, Max Aroma, the Perfume Box, and other stores as well. So if you shop at any of those, use those codes. Let's check out the presentation. First up, the box. You have this slip cover that goes around the outside of the box that lets you know this is the UAE National Day Spirit of the Union Special Edition. It's an eau de toilette concentration, 105 mils is the size. It says there on the front, proudly made in UAE. You have Armaf on top of the slip cover. On the back, you have Armaf once again, that sticker of authenticity. And then on the bottom, your badge code and your barcode. My badge code shows that this bottle was produced 11/20/24. And it does show there in ink, made in Dubai, UAE. So you just take this slip cover off. Try not to rip it. There we go. And then the box just looks like Club de Nuit Intense. So you have the name of the fragrance right there on the front, size and concentration. You've got your little crystal as well. Armaf on top of the box, ingredients on the back. And then on the bottom, you have a barcode that has a little marking with marker there. A marking with marker, yeah. And here we have the bottle. On the front, you can see it has special edition to let you know it's different than your normal Club de Nuit Intense Man. You have your Armaf medallion right there on the front as well. It says Club de Nuit on the side of the bottle. On the back, you have your UAE National Day Spirit of the Union and flag design as well. And then on the bottom, you have your sticker and your badge information printed on the bottle. Cap does click into place. Let's go ahead and do a couple sprays here. There we go. Let me see if I can put this back together. There we go. Nice. So as I said, guys, I purchased this December 11th from JOMASHOP along with a few other Armaf fragrances and some random stuff that caught my eye. And at the time I placed the order, I had heard pretty much nothing on this, whether it smelled exactly the same as the normal Club de Nuit Intense Man Eau de Toilette edition, or if it was a special edition that was indeed a little bit different. Because as you may be aware, there are a bunch of Club de Nuit Intense Man versions. Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, Pure Parfum, Limited Edition, and each one of those smells a little bit different. Now, for some people, they'll say, look, Club de Nuit Intense Man is Club de Nuit Intense Man is Club de Nuit Intense Man. Don't matter if it's the Eau de Toilette, the Parfum or the limited edition or the perfume oil, it's CDNIM. It is what it is. And if you're one of those people that think that those versions all smell similar enough that they're pretty much the same thing, that's what this will be to you also. So it's not something that smells like way different than all the other Club de Nuit Intense Man fragrances, but if you spray it on side by side with them, which I've done, it is different. So yet again, there is another version of Club de Nuit Intense Man. If you're a collector, there's another one to seek out, I guess. But what are those differences? Let's dive into that. I guess first though, we'll talk really briefly about these over here, just real quick. So the original Club de Nuit Intense Man, that one is the most popular Aventus clone or alternative on the market today. Strong, attention-grabbing, compliment-pulling, very versatile. The big drawback for a lot of people, the opening can be a little harsh. It's got a lot of lemon off the top, and the way that it hits can be a bit off-putting, a little bit chemically smelling, kind of like a lemon-scented Windex or household cleaner or something like that. But once it settles down, it smells really, really pleasant. Now you have the Pure Parfum iteration, which is what this one is right here. Comes in a 150 ml size bottle, and that's kind of what you would expect a Parfum edition to be. It's a little bit deeper, a little bit richer overall compared to the original. But the one that I like the most is the limited edition, which is this one right here. As you can see, slightly different color scheme, and it handily says limited edition on the front, just so you don't get confused. This one is smoother right from the opening all the way into the dry down. And so for a lot of people, the limited edition is the best way to go. It's a little bit more expensive, but because of how smooth it comes across and how it also has more richness than the original, it's a little more appealing for a lot of people, a little easier to wear. So now on to UAE National Day, Spirit of the Union, Special Edition Eau de Toilette. How does that one smell? How does it stack up here? Well, very noticeably, very, very noticeably, if you spray this on side by side with the original Club de Nuit Intense Man, this is much smoother. So like this one I just sprayed, it has that sharp, almost acidic, slightly bitter lemon. When you spray on the UAE National Day version over here, the special edition, way smoother. Way smoother. And you get more of that like lemon bergamot blend. So that citrusy blend that comes across almost pineapple-y, reminiscent of Creed's Aventus, you get much more of that here in the special edition. And to me, the opening, way better in this one. Now again, if you're one of those people that says CDNIM is CDNIM, then when you spray this on, you'll be like, yep, smells like CDNIM. But if you spray it on side by side, you'll see this is much smoother, much nicer, much more well-rounded when you first spray it on. And same thing goes for comparing this to the Parfum iteration. The Parfum is gonna be a bit darker. It's gonna be heavier on those woods. That sort of smoky aspect that you can get from Club de Nuit Intense Man comes out much more clearly in this one, in the Parfum iteration. The opening, much more appealing, I would say, for more people in the special edition. Which brings me right back around to the limited edition, which this one is an Eau de Parfum. That one is an Eau de Toilette. But I'll tell you, if you're going side by side, trying to see, which version of Club de Nuit Intense Man does the special edition smell more similar to, it's closer to the limited edition, actually. So you've heard me say a couple times that the special edition here, smoother, has that like bergamot lemon kind of combination going on, giving you that pineapple-y feel. You get that here also. So this is closer to that. And really, it almost comes across like the special edition here is what it says, an Eau de Toilette version of the Eau de Parfum limited edition. A lot of similarities there off the top. Now, as these two start to dry down, they do start to go their own way a little bit. Not a whole heck of a lot at the end of the day. They're both still Club de Nuit Intense Man fragrances, right? But they do start to differ as they dry. So the limited edition, that takes on more of the deeper aspects of Club de Nuit Intense Man. That bit of smokiness, that kind of birch smokiness, that woodiness, a little bit of a leathery aspect as well. You get more of that in the limited edition. In the special edition, yeah, it feels goofy just going back and forth. Limited, special, Eau de Toilette, Parfum, Eau de Parfum. But Anyway, in the special edition, it actually leans a little more toward the vanilla side of things. So you do pick up a lot of those same aspects from the limited edition, but the limited edition comes across a little bit more heavy on the woodsy, smoky side of things, and this one, you get a little more vanilla, a little more of that sweetness coming through. And you can pick that up through the mid as well, the special edition, leaning a little bit more into the sweet side of things. It's still very obviously Club de Nuit Intense Man, it's just more of the vanilla when you compare it to here or here or here. Now, of course, all the other things that make Club de Nuit Intense Man, you have in this fragrance as well. So those floral supporting notes through the mid, you pick those up, but just like in these, it's not really the star of the show. And I guess there is the caveat that this could be down to batches, you know, like we talk about Creed Aventus having all kinds of different batches and everything else. But fact of the matter is, comparing this up against all the bottles that I have, it does come across different. It does come across as its own thing. Still clearly Club de Nuit Intense Man, just like this is, and this is. But once again, with things tweaked, changed a little bit, you know, the dials moved slightly for this note and that note, and it's its own little thing. Now, my wife is a massive fan of Aventus and Aventus style fragrances, so of course I had to have her check this one out against the other ones. And interestingly enough, in the head-to-head, this is the one she liked the most. And it really makes sense why. It has the smoothness of this one, of the limited edition, but it's a little bit more leaning toward the slightly fresher side of things, a little bit sweeter, like I said, not quite as heavy on the birch. Not that this is super heavy on birch, but you know what I'm saying. And it just gives it maybe a slightly more easily worn scent profile. Not that this is difficult to pull off, but it's like it's just tweaked a little bit more for that mass appeal. Now, if you already have this, or this, or this, you know, any of the Club de Nuit Intense Man fragrances, do I think you have to drop everything and try to find this right away? No, not at all, but it is something you should be aware of. And if you're a big fan of the Club de Nuit Intense Man line and you're thinking, do I really need it? It is a little different, so it's good to know. Oh, and one other thing, performance. This is actually, I think, the most shocking part. This one right here, I don't know why, but it outperforms all of these. It's an eau de toilette special edition, but it projects like a monster. So I was wearing this one side by side with this one. Just 2 sprays here of this, 2 sprays here of that. This was overwhelming. It was monstrous. I know some people say, oh, Club de Nuit Intense Man, you know, it's been watered down, it's not as strong as it used to be, this, that, and the other thing. This stuff will get it done. This was like just monstrous as far as the projection goes for me. I don't know if I got a nuclear bottle here, I don't know what's going on, but it is real strong, lasting a long time. This is like a scrubber type fragrance, you know, that type of scent where if you go pretty heavy, you're gonna be scrubbing that off in the shower. Otherwise, it's gonna linger for a long time. Now, in terms of when you'd use it, it is CDNIM. So at the end of the day, pretty much whenever you want, right? Just like Aventus. Pretty much any season, daytime or nighttime, just be aware, like I said, off my skin, it's really strong. So if I were gonna wear this in the summer, you know, when it's really hot outside, probably dial it down, pretty mellow. 2 sprays, 3 sprays, I think that'd be good. So for what I paid for this one, which again was just under 35 bucks, absolute steal. It's something you can wear whenever you want, great versatility, great performance, big compliment factor, smoother than the other Club de Nuit Intense Man fragrances, more in line with the limited edition in terms of how smoothly it comes across, just with things balanced out a bit differently. And for a lot of people out there, that rebalancing might actually make this more attractive than even the limited edition, especially if you could get it for the price I paid for it. Now, if they start jacking the price up, it starts to become something where, you know, they're asking 50, 60, 70 bucks. At that point, it's not worth it, but if you can get it for close to what I got it for, that's a sweet spot. Really, really good at that point, and absolutely worth picking up, because with it being this special edition, you kind of know what you're getting, right? You don't have to second guess about, oh, is this batch gonna be strong? Is this batch gonna be weak? Whatever. You should know exactly what it is, so you're good to go. I'm really glad I picked this up. It was flying under the radar. I thought it was possible that it would end up just smelling the exact same as this, and at that point I'd say, okay, cool, I guess I got it. You know, I'll just put it on the shelf and it can look pretty or something, or at least as pretty as this bottle can. Classically tacky Club de Nuit, I love it. But no, actually low-key sleeper banger. Is that a thing, sleeper banger? I don't know. That sounds weird, actually. That sounds not good. Again, guys, just to reiterate, don't go pay some crazy jacked up price for this. Yes, I think it's an improvement, but at the end of the day, it's Club de Nuit Intense, man, okay? So don't go out there paying some stupid jacked up price from somebody trying to scalp you. Don't do that. But it is a darn good one to add to the CDNIM never-ending lineup. So there we go, guys. Special edition UAE National Day. Technically came out 2024, but like I said, couldn't find it until now. Now that I have it, maybe they should have made it a little easier to get. Like, that makes sense to me, but what do I know? Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.